Japan, a land of breathtaking beauty, rich traditions, and profound cultural heritage. From ancient emperors and samurai warriors to industrial revolutions and modern technological marvels, Japan's history is a story of resilience, transformation, and unyielding spirit. Today, we dive deep into the 3,000-year journey of Japan, the land of the rising sun. The dawn of civilization, Jomon and Yayoi periods, approximately 14,000 BCE, 300 CE. Long before emperors ruled from Kyoto or Tokyo, Japan was home to hunter-gatherer communities known as the Jomon people. The Jomon period, dating back to 14,000 BCE, is considered one of the oldest examples of pottery in the world. They lived in harmony with nature, crafting intricate tools and pottery with rope-like patterns. By around 300 BCE, a new wave of migrants from the Asian mainland arrived, ushering in the Yayoi period. These people brought advanced technologies like rice cultivation, metallurgy, and weaving. The Yayoi transformed Japan into an agrarian society, laying the foundation for social hierarchies and political structures. The rise of the Yamato state, 300 to 710 CE. By the 4th century CE, a powerful clan known as the Yamato rose to dominance in central Japan. They established the earliest form of centralized government, and their leaders claimed descent from the sun goddess Amaterasu, forming the mythological roots of Japan's imperial family. During this era, Japan began to adopt many aspects of Chinese culture, writing systems, Buddhism, and Confucian principles. The influence of Korea also played a major role, especially through the kingdom of Baekje, which helped transmit Buddhism to Japan.
Classical Japan, Nara and Heian periods, 710 to 1185 CE.
The establishment of Nara as the capital in 710 marked the beginning of historical documentation in Japan. It was during this time that Buddhism and Confucianism took deep root, alongside Shinto traditions. In 794, the capital was moved to Heian-kyo, present-day Kyoto, beginning the Heian period, an age of courtly refinement and literary brilliance. This era saw the creation of timeless works, such as The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikibu, often considered the world's first novel. However, as aristocrats indulged in art and poetry, real power gradually shifted to local military families and landowners. This paved the way for the emergence of the samurai, the Age of the Samurai, Kamakura and Muromachi periods, 1185, 1573. In 1285, the Minamoto clan defeated the rival Taira clan in the Genpei War, marking the rise of Japan's first shogunate under Minamoto no Yoritomo in Kamakura. The emperor remained, but real power was held by the shogun. This era was marked by feudal rule, the rise of Bushido, the way of the warrior, and Mongol invasions in the late 13th century. Although Japan repelled the Mongols, thanks in part to the legendary kamikaze, or divine wind, the invasions left the country economically strained. In the 14th century, power shifted again with the rise of the Ashikaga shogunate in Muromachi. This period saw civil wars, especially during the Onin War, and gave birth to iconic cultural elements like No theater, tea ceremonies, and Zen Buddhism, warring states and unification, Sengoku to Azuchi Momoyama period, 1467–1600. The Sengoku Jidai, or Warring States period, was a time of chaos and nearly constant warfare. Dozens of daimyo, feudal lords, battled for control of Japan. 3 unifiers emerged to bring peace. 1. Oda Nobunaga, a ruthless tactician who used firearms to gain dominance. 2nd, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, Nobunaga's general, who completed most of the unification. 3. Tokugawa Ieyasu, who defeated rival clans at the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600 and founded a dynasty that would rule for over 250 years. The Tokugawa era, Edo period, 1603–1868. The Tokugawa shogunate, headquartered in Edo, modern-day Tokyo, brought peace and stability. For over 2 centuries, Japan was largely isolated from the rest of the world, following the policy of Sakoku, closed country. During this time, Japanese culture flourished. The merchant class rose in wealth, and art forms like ukiyo-e woodblock prints, kabuki theater, and haiku poetry thrived. Cities grew, samurai became bureaucrats, and society became highly structured. However, pressure from Western powers, especially the arrival of Commodore Matthew Perry in 1853, forced Japan to open its ports, leading to internal strife and the eventual collapse of the shogunate. The Meiji Restoration, 1868 to 1912. In 1868, Japan underwent one of the most dramatic transformations in world history. The Meiji Restoration restored imperial rule and launched rapid modernization. Feudal domains were abolished. Railways, telegraphs, and modern schools emerged. The country adopted Western technology, institutions, and even fashion, while preserving its core cultural identity. By the early 20th century, Japan had become a major industrial power and a formidable military force. Imperial Japan and World Wars, 1912 to 1945. Under Emperor Taisho and then Emperor Hirohito, Japan continued its expansionist policies. Victories in wars against China, 1894 to 95, and Russia, 1904 to 05, cemented Japan's status as a world power. But Japan's militarism spiraled in the 1930s. The invasion of Manchuria, the Second Sino-Japanese War, and the alliance with Nazi Germany led Japan into World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 brought the United States into the war. After years of brutal conflict and the devastating atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan surrendered in 1945. Post-war reconstruction and economic miracle, 1945 to 1989. After World War II, Japan was occupied by Allied forces led by General Douglas MacArthur. A new constitution was drafted, renouncing war and establishing a democratic government. Despite the devastation, Japan rose from the ashes. With U.S. support and a focus on technology and education, Japan experienced an economic miracle in the 1950s to 1980s, becoming the world's second-largest economy. Brands like Sony, Toyota, and Panasonic became global symbols of quality and innovation. Modern Japan, 1990 to present. The bursting of the asset bubble in the 1990s led to a period known as the Lost Decade. Japan struggled with economic stagnation, an aging population, and natural disasters, most notably the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Yet Japan remains a global leader in technology, culture, and diplomacy. From anime and video games to robotics and green energy, Japan continues to inspire and influence the world. Today, Japan stands as a vibrant democracy, a cultural superpower, and a bridge between tradition and modernity.